Pride and Prejudice is a novel written by Jane Austen and published in 1813. The story follows the romantic entanglements of the Bennet family, a middle-class family living in rural England in the early 19th century. The Bennet family consists of Mr. and Mrs. Bennet and their 5 daughters: Jane, Elizabeth, Lizzie, Mary, Kitty, and Lydia. Mrs. Bennet is anxious to see her daughters married off to wealthy men, as their estate is entailed to a male cousin and will pass out of their family if they fail to produce a male heir. The novel's protagonist is Elizabeth Bennet, the second oldest daughter, who is intelligent, witty, and independent-minded. She meets Mr. Darcy, a wealthy and proud landowner, at a ball and takes an instant dislike to him. Darcy, too, is initially aloof and dismissive of Elizabeth, but over time, they come to understand and appreciate each other's strengths. Meanwhile, Jane falls in love with Mr. Bingley, a wealthy and amiable young man who has recently moved into the neighborhood. However, Bingley's sisters and friend, Mr. Darcy, disapprove of his attachment to Jane and try to separate them. This leads to misunderstandings and hurt feelings on both sides. Lydia, the youngest Bennet sister, becomes involved with Mr. Wickham, a handsome and charming but unscrupulous young officer in the militia. Wickham elopes with Lydia, causing a scandal and bringing shame upon the Bennet family. Ultimately, through a series of misunderstandings and miscommunications, Elizabeth and Darcy come to understand and appreciate each other, and the novel ends with their engagement and eventual marriage. The other characters find happiness as well, with Jane marrying Bingley and Lydia, despite her folly, marrying Wickham. Throughout the novel, Austen explores themes such as social class, marriage, reputation, and gender roles, using wit, irony, and social commentary to illuminate the foibles and flaws of her characters and society at large.